at around 2 in the morning, I just was on watch, and it was really dark out. So where we were sleeping at, me and my buddy, it took me about 5 minutes to find my foxhole. So I just figured he'd hear everything and wake up and come to the foxhole. But when you're later on, I found it when you're really tired, you can sleep through just about anything. And so they were coming up the hill and ran into a bunch of brush, and they were talking and stuff, and went down the hill and came up the hill, uh, kind of in between my foxhole and the other one. And I could hear I had 3 grenades, and I pulled a pin and let the spoon fly, count to 3, and throw it like John Wayne for an airburst. And each of the 3 grenades, um, I could hear screaming, so I was doing good. And then they came up when I first saw them. They were in line with the other foxhole, and they came in like a dozen guys, kind of like running onto a football field or something, jogging. And when they got behind me, I opened up and shot them, and a few fell down, unnaturally. I don't know if I killed them or not. Probably did, but they just kept on going. Yeah. And then I figured I was pretty much, oop, don't do anything, you're gonna die. And then about 5 minutes later, about 8 or 10 came single file along the hedgerow, which is off to my right, about 5 or 10 yards. The last guy didn't follow the leader, and he was just right to me. And as soon as he got close enough, I jumped up and squeezed the round off, but my trigger wouldn't pull. I didn't. An M14, you could just put the magazine in and ease the bolt home. While an M16, you had to let the bolt slam, which made noise. So as soon as I got the point, nothing happened. I forgot that the bayonet stuck in the ground that was Uncle Jimmy's, and got up and tried to choke him. And as soon as he saw me, he just jumped and laid flat right in front of me. I think he's probably a little kid or something. I don't know what. But forgot my Marine Corps training, tried to choke him from the back of the neck, and that didn't work. And then I took my M16, that didn't work. And the M16, the early ones had kind of a trident, it's 3 points. So I remember trying to ram him, and why I remember that, hit him in the medulla oblongata, which is the base of the skull. I don't know. Kenny Wiles probably gave that term to me somehow. And then he started screaming, and then the gun went off, and it felt like, it feels like 1,000 bees are stinging me. I'm in the middle of a war. This guy's screaming, kill this guy in Vietnamese. And then I jumped, grabbed his gun and threw it. Mine went flying too, and then rolled down the hill. And I hid in a little kind of a brush pile. It had grass probably a foot high, and twigs another foot, and then a bunch of leaves on top of it. So I figured it was a good place to hide. And then after they got done doing all, they came down the hill. People were walking right past me. I was looking up like at a 45-degree angle, and I could see people's faces. And I just figured, well, I'm either fucked or I'm in luck. And after they went away, I just kind of crawled up the hill. I remember the password that night was raincoat. So I was rain, be shot me out. Coat. I walked in, and first thing he said, "We thought you were dead." And I said, "So did I." And then I said, "I just got grazed in the leg and nicked on the arm." Well, I wasn't grazed in the leg; it was shot through. So I should have went back to a hospital ship, but our ship had a half dozen doctors, so they sent me back there, and then they waited until it got light out. Other guys got evacuated while it was dark. It's kind of dangerous. Uh, and then I got aboard the ship, and they did the triage and said, "Oh, that doesn't look right." And then a little hole on the other side of my leg where I got, you should have went to the hospital ship. Oh, well, you're here. So that's how I got shot.
And do you think it
Anyway,
was this guy you were struggling with that shot you?
no, he was another guy. He was probably 10 or
Some up?
15. No, the guy I was beating on, he didn't do nothing. But, when he was screaming, one of the guys, you know, shot me off him, I guess. Uh, we lost, I think, like 15 people that night. One guy, a radio man or something, the CP, uh, jumped on a grenade. There's a half dozen guys, and he jumped on a grenade, and he got a Medal of Honor for that. Uh, Cousin Billy told me, that people got Medal of Honor for doing less than what I did that night, but I think a Medal of Honor probably would have screwed my whole life up. I
Also,
might, I might have actually been a state senator.
oh, yeah.
Like Bob Kerry, he got a Medal of Honor for that.
Uh,
I
Yeah,
sat next to him on an airplane once.
yeah, you said that, yeah.
Yeah.
so after that, after you recovered, you went recovered on a hospital ship for a while,
No,
or
it was the same ship we left
oh, that's where all your recovery was.
15 hours before, and we went.
Did you have a better bed to lie in, or were you
Oh,
still
I got to pick. Well, I was it's in the hospital ward
infirmary or whatever?
for about a week,
Uh-huh.
and the most painful thing that ever happened is the bullet went through and through, but they didn't sew me up until about a week later, or 10 days. And every day they'd pack my leg up with gauze and then take it out the next day. Well, that gauze kind of stuck in there.
Oh,
It was really, try not to be a puss, and try not, I don't want to scream and cry because
I'm
it
a Marine. I'm a Marine.
really, really, really hurt. And so anyway,
Because normally they would put saline down it and wet it before they pull it out. But as a Marine, I suppose they just say fuck it and just pull it out.
I don't know if they did that or not. Don't remember that. I just remember it hurt quite a bit. And then we're getting ready to change from our ship to another ship. The ships are changing, and they didn't want me in the hospital, the wing, because it's a lot more hassle. So they just discharged me at full duty. So then I went back to the bunk beds, and we went to Okinawa and changed ships. But yeah, one of my job was cleaning up the head, mopping and everything. One guy came in and said, "Hey man, you're bleeding." Looked down there, my pant leg is full of blood. Uh, During the surgery, they had about 3 or 4 inches of suture, and the guy just stuffed it in the hole. And I was thinking, "Oh, that ain't right." Well, it wasn't right. it burst open, and they just took a scalpel and just kind of cut it open so it healed by itself. And then I had like 2 or 3 inches of gauze wrapped around me and bled through a couple times. So I couldn't really go downtown and enjoying all the horrors that were in Subic Bay. So did lose my energy there. Anyway, that's pretty much it.
I took care of the Subic girls for you, Titter.
You're welcome.
No, I said I took care of the Subic girls in the Philippines for you.
Mike saved him for you, I think is what he's saying.
Oh,
I don't know.
no, they were pretty young.
So that was the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about?
Yeah.
And how long you were there? Were you there?
Less than a week, changed everything, ship to ship. That ship went back